Final Pogba will look for Rashford, he strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Oh, they went for Martial! Lovely touch by Fernandes. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Fellas, Nico, Big Phil, Chef, glad to have you all on as per usual.
Good night, fellas.
Yeah, what we saying? Alright, so Manchester United at versus Everton earlier after the late drama in the Champions League on Wednesday. We always expect a response, especially when the performance wasn't up to what we were expecting, right? But another frustrating result. Now, as far as I'm concerned, right, we weren't as bad as Wednesday, but we're not as good as we should be either, right? We were just okay. And for me, at least the first half. The second half, I thought it where we started to force it. And when we force it, that is when our decision making has become suspect, right? But there's a lot to get into today because, right, we have a lot of people who, we've seen the tide turning if you look at the fan base, and a lot of people starting to say Ollie out because the performance is actually catching up to, and it's impacting on the results. Sometimes you'll be able to get away with a performance if you get the result, but it's actually starting to catch up, and with the quality of players that we have on the pitch, the excuses, it's not holding anymore, right? So, only under some pressure. But anyway, guys, let me get into the mix. And before I do that, let me just get some comments on the inside because we have them commenting and fast. Now, guys, don't forget to like the video and share as well. We want to get as much people in on the content as possible. Riyadh, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying I'm happy for Anto. What? Riyadh bigging up Anto? What? Well, yeah, watch outside and see if any meteor comment over the earth. He's saying, but he missed 2 easy chances that he should have scored. Yeah. David Curtin, thanks for joining. Good night to you too.
Yeah, good night.
Jose
Good night.
Roberts.
Yeah, good night, man.
Man like Jody.
Hey, Jody.
To you. Quasi Riley, thanks for joining. Tony scored. That is all. Watch my representing, all you are representing. I don't care. I'm sucking this, I'm milking this.
Yeah, you only get to do that twice a year, so what are you doing?
Enjoy it. You don't know when the next one
I
comes.
don't know.
One in February, one in October, right? And he injured, so you might think I want the next year again. Yeah, so.
That's right. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying this. I'm going to milk it. Well, I go and see this right through. Right? Because it was a good goal too. It was no stupid goal. Riyadh said we should have been 3 up by halftime. Definitely. We real play with food for real. Joseph saying, I feel Fred have all the nudes, He black.
Hey, that's it.
King on really pretty thanks for joining, but he's saying Ollie out. Yeah, tell all the Ollie out has gonna come real strong tonight. Kwesi saying Cavani missed a golden chance too. Yeah, from Fred Cross. Yeah. It was. So, guys, what we saying? What really going on with Man United, Ollie? What we saying?
Hey, I go in, chef. I go in, and as you pop down with Jody there, Reem, hey, that's me. We fed up, but today, I was fed up of Fred too. I was still fighting with Fred a little bit. I was saying, oh God, maybe he might come good at some point. But after today, I realized no good. So we were getting paid. Chef, you go.
I fed up with Ole. I'm fed up. I can't take it. I tell you, from the time I see that starting 11 today, I just stoops and say, yeah, boy, today gonna be a long day. Did anybody see the post-match to hear the reason behind resting Pogba and Ronaldo today? I want somebody give me a good reason behind that. Because that made absolutely no sense to me, especially when you're going into international break.
I think I know. I think I know what he said. What he was saying is he wanted to keep freshness in the squad. He wanted the energy, and with the amount of minutes that Pogba, because we saw even against Villarreal, we saw where Pogba, you was seeing it. His physical side was on the teller. You was seeing it. So I don't know about Ronaldo because I know Ronaldo's a different kind of monster. But I know for Pogba for sure, I could probably understand why Pogba get dropped. Well, not dropped, but rotated.
Listen, he needs to refresh his brain.
I try you backroom staff too now.
Yeah,
Them don't need no refresher, them need changing, right? That whole backroom staff need changing. Go through, Phil.
What had me so pissed was after the result, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was smiling
at the end of the game.
at the end of the game. And I was like, buddy, we just drew with actually no, let me put it in a more in a way people can understand. We just dropped 2 plus 3 is 5. We just dropped 5 points in 2 games at home.
Yep.
And you're still
At home.
smiling, and you're still smiling about that. When he smiled about that, I can tell that his job is safe.
True.
One,
True that.
and two, that started to make me boil inside, honestly. We just had Everton there to take them. We could have at least gone top of the table today with Everton. Because boy. I am at loss of words for the performance that we put down today, right? And I told you guys before we started this program, if I was the board, I'm calling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer into the office, and I'm telling him one of 2 things: it's either you, or it's either Fred. One gotta go. One gotta go, right? And if you decide to keep your job, that means you do not start Fred ever again. Okay? I can tell you guys a thing that I also tell you offline as well too, right? I gave, and anybody in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong as well too. Paul Scholes, Andre Pirlo, Yaya Toure, Toni Kroos, and Luka Modric. They all started for their respective teams in their 30s, right? And I'm talking like 32, 33, 34, right? I can call those 5 names again: Paul Scholes, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Yaya Toure, and Andre Pirlo. Andre Pirlo was instrumental at the age of 33, 34 and having Juventus win the Serie A and get into a Champions League. Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, same thing. Yaya Toure in his 30s helped Man City get to the Premier League title. Paul Scholes came out of retirement for goddamn sake. I don't want to hear anybody going forward saying that Nemanja Matic cannot contribute to this team, because I am dead tired of seeing Fred in the midfield. Okay?
So
I don't know what you guys think, but I am tired. I am tired of seeing Fred in the midfield. If I am Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I am playing Nemanja Matic until January. I am playing him until his legs run off. I am playing him until he needs an oxygen tank. I don't care. I don't.
Hear this, right? And why we just keep getting trapped, right? With this one, others always say, today Fred will look like mess. Tomorrow we're gonna be calling for Fred. Oh yeah.
Nah, boy.
This, right?
No.
But hear what I'm saying. No, but hear what before you come in. Hear what I hear what I'm saying. No, I hear what you're saying, right? But hear him out, right? Because most of the players that Phil just called, right? They playing in other leagues. And we could all agree that all those other leagues probably don't have
Paul Scholes and
I'll comment to Paul Scholes and Yaya Toure just now. Right? All the others, the majority of the names they call, they playing in less physical leagues. Not only that, right? They playing in teams that have a structure that will allow players of their quality and age to not have to exert too much of the physical aspect of the game, right? And utilize more of their balling abilities. That is why they could play and function, and that is why I'm coming to with Yaya Toure at Man City. When you look at Man City play, somebody could play in midfield at age 40 because of how well drilled the team is play. when you come
The
into a Man
support,
United
the
team,
supportive player around them.
right. So when you come to
physicality has nothing to do with system. Reem, if I run at you and I shrug you off the ball, are you going to blame the system? No. You're going to blame
but
that
what I'm saying,
you're weak.
but
I need to go in
the
the
point
gym.
the point I'm making, right, is that Matic plenty times looks out of sorts in our midfield simply because
Really?
yes. Come on, let's be real. How
Nah.
much times last season
Here's
we called for
what I
Matic?
would say.
Why
I
Matic
am
playing?
a person.
Why Matic
I'm a big
starting?
advocate. I'm a big advocate for Matic. But here what is going. You see when his 60th minute hits, take Matic off. Because Matic gaslight does go to E one time. He
All right,
can't go after 60
let me
minutes.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Chef. You'd rather see 60 minutes of Fred or 60 minutes of Matic?
Of Matic any day.
Yeah, nah, watch me earlier. Nicole
No,
has
but
always
Reem,
say
no.
this
Nah,
team does make men sell themselves and look real foolish sometimes, and because we'll come and we'll say,
Yeah,
hey,
but
Matic,
watch what we
want
get
Matic.
in.
Then we'll come and Fred everybody's have a bad game. I know
How much
Fred,
bad games?
but
Whole season? Whole season?
What I was saying earlier, right, is we'll say today because I could use McTominay as an example. When Fred was playing in midfield and McTominay was injured just recently, we were saying, oh gosh, we need McTominay to come back. We need McTominay. As soon as McTominay came back, how Phillips played Casper, the friendly ghost. McTominay running and hiding from the ball.
I prefer Scott in front of Fred. Real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, really by yourself on that one. Because
no, I'm not defending Fred. I'm just saying
Fred just getting bully off the ball.
I don't disagree with that. But the point I'm making is Fred will go into our next team, y'all, and look like a proper footballer. So my issue
Come
is
now.
how
United
players is looking united. Look at Ronaldo. Ronaldo has been invisible for the past couple of days in terms of his contribution to the game, bar a goal. Players will come into Man United system and just look poor. And that's what I'm saying. So we criticizing Fred, justifiable, but is it really Fred?
It's not just
Fred.
Let me think about it.
Reem, I will say
so
this.
What happened with Fred today for the entire game? The system is to blame for that.
exactly.
But it wasn't bad for the entire game, man.
Players shugging you off the ball, running past you, brush passing you like you're not there. And we blame the system. We can't blame the system for that.
I'm not saying the player don't have bad performances, but when you look at the overall thing, right? It have some games Fred go play real good and we'll come here and we will praise Fred, and other games Fred go come and we will criticize him. We'll do that for every single player on the pitch.
I can give you another.
So why
example.
Fred is the one had a
I can give you another example. You know, Wolves is one of the other teams in this league that doesn't have a real system of identity. Last season, it was just give the ball. Actually, last 2 seasons, it was just give the ball to Adama Traore and run. But you know what Adama Traore is doing? He's using his physicality to run past people and his speed as well too, right? And Wolves have no system, but it was effective for Adama Traore. Now, this is not me saying I will sign Adama Traore, right? But this system that we have at United has nothing to do with Fred being bullied. Fred need to hit the gym.
What system we have?
Exactly. It don't matter if you have a system.
That's the point.
It don't matter because Fred is being bullied off the ball too easily, Reem. And nothing.
I'm not debating that. But what I'm saying is have other games where Fred will use his tenacity, right, and his little he tank, and we will praise him here. So what I'm saying is yes, for the past couple of games, Fred has been poor. Just as every other player in Man United, lack of system, have poor games, more than good games as far as I'm concerned. Let me ask a question, and I know Chef, I know you and Phil, big Ronaldo fans, right? Let me be honest. Ronaldo coming up with the goods. But in terms of Ronaldo's overall performances, bar the Newcastle game, has Ronaldo been good?
No.
I personally find, since Ronaldo come to us, this is the hardest I have seen Ronaldo work in a long. You have a time Ronaldo playing defensive mid first? I am telling you, it's a fact. How much time Ronaldo had to come and get the ball short because it's not coming to him. I am not saying there are moments he disappear. I'm not going to deny that at all. But I am impressed with Ronaldo's work rate. Real talk.
But I think I mentioned on a previous podcast, based on our system, forwards will not be able to flourish. Like I
Look at
mentioned,
Cavani today. Look at Cavani today.
like I mentioned, Bruno Fernandes was our top scorer last season, and he's a midfielder, right? Could that be said? The reason why Martial isn't flourishing? Yes and no.
Yes, more than no.
yes and no, right? But if we had to go back to us talking about Fred, right? Now, tell me something. You can call the top 7 teams in La Liga, in Serie A, in EPL. Ask yourself if Fred would walk into any of those teams. Ask yourself that.
All right, so let me put this there, right? We're talking about that based on Fred's current form, but let me say, because it's common knowledge that Man City was interested in Fred before we signed him. So let's just say he went to Man City, where Man City have a proper system. They know how to utilize the qualities of the players, right? Then who knows? Even Real Madrid might have been interested in Fred.
He might have been sold. He might have been sold.
No, all I'm missing was saying.
He would have done
No, but Fred came to us with big reputation, you know.
But let me think about the qualities. Fred have been with us for how many years, right? If we think about the qualities that Fred has, let me be honest, would he have made it in that Man City team? And in that team at that time, I have Yaya Toure, I had David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, he would have Fernandinho, he would have been sold. It had no way he would have still been at Man City.
Let me put it like this to you, right? This fella from who was at Bournemouth, Nathan Ake, right?
Right.
And Nathan Ake, we were interested in Nathan Ake. City was interested in Nathan Ake, and City went and take Nathan Ake. Now Nathan Ake not going to walk into the first team, but every time Pep Guardiola gave Nathan Ake opportunity, look at the performances that man has put out.
Nah, it had some horrible ones, Reams.
It had horrible ones. But he's been so much better now, just like how John Stone started at City. But look at John Stones now.
This season he has looked better than last season for sure.
Right, sometimes they could give it. He taking time to join and gel with the group and whatever and adjust to the team, right? But the point I'm making is when a player at a different club, a club that has a style of play, a structure, a player will fit and the qualities could flourish more than when you bring a player into a freestyle team.
You heard when Nico asked you about 2 minutes ago. Tell me the qualities that Fred has.
Yeah.
I can sip my tea. You take your time.
He does. He hustle. He hustle in him.
But hustle will make it in a Man City team. Hustle will make it in a Man City team.
Chef. You're talking about hustle.
The man asked me to name the qualities he has.
Nasty will make it in a Man City team.
Chef,
why not?
Chef, let me get one thing straight here. No, right? The guy is a professional footballer. Of course, he's gonna have hustle. Oh, he's a professional footballer.
Anthony Martial have any hustle?
You talk to me.
Alia, he's Marcel today. Marcel had a buy a pass today. The man
I forget today's International Martial Day. We love him today.
So here it is, right? I want to get some comments, and then we'll go into the team sheet, right? But it's going good. Dream Chaser, thanks for joining, buddy. Saying good night, fellas. Study. The 2 most criticized players at United are the ones that help us get the points. What's going on with the big guns?
Who?
The two
most criticized players help us get points.
We want to see names, Dream Chaser. We want to see names.
There's Nicholas.
Who's the names?
I put names in the chat
he probably talking about Marcel.
Come on.
No way.
I won. Who's the next?
The last time Martial's goal was February. Come on,
February.
But he's saying he said the 2 most criticized are the ones that got us the points today. You talking
about today?
Yeah, today.
Who?
Martial and who?
I don't know who's the next person.
Fred Cosby 2
points. Today, man of the match for us would have been either De Gea or Wan-Bissaka. One had a glorious game.
You find so?
I ain't giving
Yeah,
nobody.
one was good
I ain't giving nobody man of the match. Nobody.
I didn't think I could call him man of the match at all. But
No. I said if we had to pick one.
Okay. The best or the worst?
Yeah, the best. Yeah.
Joselle saying Fred is very clumsy, but yet still he's on the starting 11. Nah. This stuff can't be leaked. Jody saying Phil, the team plays 100% better when McFred plays.
This guy got
Jody, you're normally on point, right? But I don't know.
I put on this mask so I won't catch what Jody got, right? Because this guy is for real.
Joselle said, nevertheless, all his decision-making skills is horrible, and it's years now we'll dealing with this. It's high time for him to be sacked here. So our next Ollie out here. Hey, Dwayne, thanks for joining, buddy. Say good night. If we start putting the games away early, players can rest and be fresh for the next game. But boy, oh God, we just drag on this thing and wait for the last minute.
Yeah, we don't allow teams to be in games too long.
Yeah,
too long. And they know that all they have to do is stay in the game. Just stay in the game.
That is all. They just have to stay in the game and they know.
You have to give you a chance. That is all.
Put away that first half. We should have won that game in the first half.
In the first half, correct.
Yeah.
Correct is right.
Just before Marshall scored, he had that header. He alone should have had a hat trick today.
True that.
Now we have to be more, and I would say since Ferguson days to now, we being clinical gone. Manchester used to be able to get 5 opportunities and you sure 3 of them is goal. We just have to take too much chances to score now. Too much.
We just get enough to score.
A man say you get beat up because he almost say
Yeah. Man in Norway.
Yeah.
Great to say Ollie out.
I wonder why.
You wonder why, eh?
Yeah.
Probably because Ollie don't know each other. I don't know. Could be. Jody saying hence the reason everyone is starting to go Ollie out because we don't have the structure. Yeah. Dream Chaser saying look at how Alan played against us. That's what we need. Everybody's looking against us, and then when they come to play with we, they're looking like how we players looking.
Exactly. John Joe Shelby, when he was at Newcastle, used to look good against us. That's a ball Zavi.
Yeah. Red saying our players need to start playing a little nasty sometimes, make the fouls handle. Yeah, Fred was supposed to take down.
So you tell me Fred don't know that? You telling me Fred don't know that?
Fred is a Brazilian. Brazilians known for 2 things: either for beautiful football or to play stink.
Correct.
Exactly.
Come on. Fred had to know that.
Correct. Jody saying the teams play better when Matic plays from ever since I said.
That's a fact.
Wait. Jody now say that the team is played better when
McFred play.
Man, Jody make it your mind, man.
It's not that matter the team that's play better, no. McFred is Ole's default settings.
Correct.
That's what it's about. He believe in 2 of them.
But as we are saying, because we have Varane and let me say Maguire, right? Lindelof was pretty good today also. But still we playing with these two defensive minded players and at home. Right? Why we had to do that? But we want to win games. Yes, we had chances we could have win. Right? But still, come on. We had some of the best centre backs in the world, and we still had to protect them with 2 defensive mids. Come on.
That we don't have to. Today was a day that we could have played Van der Beek in that role and have an extra attacker. We did not need 2 of them today.
Exactly.
And this is when Oledas get jammed now for his It's so amazing that this man starts off talking all this attacking football talk, and like the pressure get to him now, and that going out the door now.
Yeah.
This kind of coward football. Old Trafford, how much ever thousands of people in Old Trafford, and will they come to play coward football?
Man criticizing Martial again, boy. Ream, boy. These men out to get you, boy. Even when Martial scored, the man still looking to criticize Martial, boy. Look.
Yeah, nah.
Yes.
Anything, any anti-Martial from Riyadh is like water on duck's back for me. So let him come through. I'm telling you, my force feels strong today. The man scored a goal. I almost cry earlier. I ain't letting
No,
nobody come
I
and joke.
can't. I'm not gonna get down too much on Martial today. He needed that goal, and it was a beautiful goal.
And his performance wasn't bad either.
Yeah, Dwayne. Dwayne, I
His
agree.
performance wasn't bad.
Fred would have been sold, buddy.
Fred would have been sold.
Fred would have been sold, buddy.
Earlier, just now,
He
fellas.
could not play in front of nobody.
Just
Nah.
now. Earlier, Chef was saying something about Martial. Go through.
Hear you. No, but listen, I just give Jack the Jack. I am an Anthony Martial fan. You know what annoys me about him? Is that he doesn't play to his ability. That is my problem with him, you know. He's too good to be playing some of the nonsense he's playing.
Inconsistent. I guess it's consistency we just want and that we doesn't get. Today we will get a master class, tomorrow you want to know what's going on, and I see so right through.
But Dwayne,
People has been talking about his demeanor and all them kind of things. I don't care about that, you know.
Yeah.
You could be sulky, you know, that's cool.
Fred
Yeah, let's
works
give that
with his ability.
consistency.
Yes, it's true. But Fred is a professional footballer. That should be given.
Jody saying, is it I alone realize how Pogba was vexed for being taken off versus against in the VRL game and even in this game being on the bench?
Yeah,
So
I was confused as well. I'm just gonna say this as well to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you want Paul Pogba to sign a new contract. Make the guy happy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Right? Full stop.
You see all the talk the Manchester fans was talking about, let him go. Listen, we need Paul Pogba.
It's true.
So I agree with that. We're supposed to be doing everything to make that man happy right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Boy, if this guy at a birthday line and he tuning into the United Hour, that means we are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Or something wrong with the body line. Or something wrong.
No. I was trying to avoid that. Okay, I was trying to avoid saying that. Saying United, they're doing a great job. Okay,
Richard. Let's say here, Richard just throwing on a chair, so had nothing to do with that. But we know it pumping. We know it pumping.
How Nico being so negative on the
Popcorn and water, man. Popcorn and water.
I just make sure.
Y'all find Shaw looking like he carrying something.
Something wrong with Shaw. Something
off with Shaw.
Yeah, something wrong with Shaw.
Something off with Shaw. I really thought they would arrest Shaw today.
Yeah, and I didn't see the need to play him. I mean,
That's
you're building on the confidence from Teller's performance.
Yeah.
I mean, he need more match. He
For
need more
you to get arrest with Ole, you have to get Dr. People.
Yeah. It looks so.
You have to get sick leave.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because now for international break, sure we might get called up England, right? Because you play for Manchester United, right? And you know when them fellas get here, England call up gone. Instead of
they're
not gone.
I see Shaw wearing some kind of thing over his left
knee.
Yeah.
I thought somebody chop him because I was crying blood.
Yeah,
I see Jody. I see Jody say that it was a typo. He said that he meant to say the team plays better with Matic. Yeah, true. I agree. Welcome back, Jody.
Listen, really and truly, we could joke about it, but Matic needs to play more.
Wait, you heard me joking about that, Chef? I'm dead serious.
We need Matic to play more. I'm not saying play him every game. Huh? I honestly believe, and I've been saying this, if you manage Matic properly, Matic should be in that team more. So if you know we have Matic from 0 to minute 60th, he does well, you give him a little extra and you take him off, and then you have the younger legs to come on now.
For Chef, I don't know if you play FIFA, right? But when a player is on the pitch during a game, they have their stamina bar. It goes from green to white to yellow to red. I am running Matic until it is red.
But that red is always around the 60th minute. We sure about that.
I run it till it is red.
Yeah.
But Nigel, welcome, buddy. He said, fellas, nothing against Sancho, love the player, but in retrospect, we should we have invested that 74 million on a defensive midfielder.
Every Manchester United fan knew. Well, I swear, like, it's only the fans knew how much we needed a defensive midfielder more than the club itself. The club went for the marquee buy instead of going for the necessity buy.
I guess Ole's stocking up for the next coach. He's stocking up for the next coach. So when the next coach comes, all he had to do is get those defensive midfielders or get his midfielders, and the team will be complete.
Sancho's only 21 years old, right? I have been a little bit critical of Sancho since he signed for us. I haven't really seen much per se. I mean, I don't get excited about him beating one or two men in 90 minutes, right? Because that's something he was doing in like 20, 30 minutes at Dortmund, right? And I am going to give Sancho a chance, right? But a lot of people were saying that we should have signed Sancho last season. A lot of Man United fans said, if we had signed Sancho last season, we would have won the league, right? So I'm kind of confused by that comment there, though. But, we move.
I honestly think, though, his last couple of games have been better. He's starting to find his legs now in the league. Give him time. I am wasn't a fan of the Sancho buy also because I saw the need for the defensive midfield position, but he's there, and the youth have things. So give him time. Hopefully he's not afraid.
This performance, I don't know if you all notice on Sancho, his performances have been gradually improving. So
Yeah.
today was his best performance since.
I agree.
Wednesday
He's starting
was
to
his best
find his
performance.
footing now.
Yeah. Wednesday was his best performance since. And that's how it's been going for him. So it's been progressively getting better.
He's getting better.
That's a good thing for me.
Yeah.
It is It is going to be so interesting to see who getting picked when Rashford come back.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
That will be an easy rotation, Chef. That rotation will be easy.
You forgetting who is our manager?
No, well, Rashford got to run to the dead, right? But Greenwood got to rotate.
Yeah, Greenwood. I feel Greenwood because Greenwood's kind of running out of steam earlier.
I think Mason need a little rest now.
You might not turn 20 today. What do you mean running out of steam?
Yeah.
No. When I say steam, I mean I don't want to say. I didn't want to use the term form, but yeah,
he could do that little bench now.
Yeah. So I'm a consistency at that age. I mightn't have the consistency.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just that he's struggling with for now. But I'll rest in between and you catch back. You catch back home for sure.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for the interactions in the comments and everything. Don't forget to like, right, and share the video, right? We want to get more people on the inside watching and contributing with the content. So fellas, let me get into the game now because we talk around the game plenty, right? We doing our match reaction here. And as far in my opinion, right, I thought we had started the first half pretty well. I know when the team sheets came out, and we did. I think you can include the team sheets if you want, but I know we talk about the team sheets for the past half an hour, right? But I know when the team sheets came out, a lot of people were not pleased, thinking that only playing with the food, leaving out the likes of Ronaldo, Pogba was on the bench, and then playing, the how to call Martial by the out of favor Martial. People were very, very pleased to see Cavani get a start. But I thought with the change, because I always think that I always agree when Oli rotate because he needs to utilize his squad. He has to. We've criticized Oli in the past for relying too heavily on a particular 11, and when they don't perform, and when they don't perform, he can't call on his bench because them fellas lacking match sharpness, confidence, everything.
Right.
So I am for players, getting the opportunities and for rotating your squad. You have a much better bench than you had before. So you don't have no excuse for not using your bench. Right? And I thought that the players who came in, did well. The first half, we applied some nice pressure. We were moving the ball around nicely. We were actually creating chances. So much so that we can actually talk about players missing chances. How often we just talk about that, fellas?
Yeah.
Right? So
agreed.
So that's a positive for me. Right?
No, we started well. One of the things we really have been talking about for the longest while is we are taking too long to settle. We settled quick in this game. we really took it to them when the game started, and then you can actually tell when our levels drop.
Correct. So for me, the first half was a good one. And I guess everybody agreed that probably going into the half and only one goal up was flattering for Everton, right?
Yeah.
But also, I want to ask Alice something, and you could factor this in whenever you are responding. We saw it versus Villarreal, and I saw it a couple times today, where Varane had to recover and make a clearance. Why have we become so susceptible to counter attacks? That was one of the things that that was one of the attacks where we conceded the goal. So those were some areas of concern that I saw in the first half, but it was more glaring in the second half. But I thought the first half, the team gelled well. We moved the ball nicely.
We actually defended well in the first half as well too. I mean,
Yeah.
there were times where Everton were looking threatening, but David De Gea probably made one save, and that was when Damari Gray was through.
Yeah.
Right. Other than that, anything that the guy shot, it was being blocked by Basaka, being blocked by Lindelof, being blocked by Varane,
Scott,
and even Scott as well too. We played we gelled in the first half, but even up to now, I'm still confused as to how we conceded that goal because Everton were there for the taking.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. But Reem, football is about two halves, not just one.
Correct.
yeah.
Correct.
That we could talk about that. That goal that we conceded, that is just slackness, That's what that boils down to. We could blame Fred, but Fred alone is not to blame for that goal,
I blame the corner taker. Because that corner was a piss poor corner.
It was a
Why are you?
as a matter of fact, the whole game, our corners were bad. We didn't take good corners at
the
all.
first guy on the corner? When you will take a corner, you're supposed to send that ball deep into the box.
Phil, I find you're harsh. I find you're harsh on the corner taker. Because it has happened, but that don't mean that every time that we mess up on a corner, that the next action or the next course of plays are shot on our goal. And that is happening almost every time. After a corner kick and a counter attack.
Nico, that separates good footballers from great footballers, right? Great footballers are consistent all the time, right?
So
when it comes to there's a corner. There's not a free kick. When somebody steps over a free kick, I don't expect them to score anytime. David Beckham scores free kicks. When it comes to a corner, you must send that. The corner is on you practice and training all day, every day.
Yeah. But Nico, study this, right? For our corners and them, our two center backs just go up, right?
Yeah.
So it would mean that the corner itself really has to be deep,
Yes.
Right.
It can't. It has to be deep. Because who's covering the center backs?
Right. And there's my point. So there's my
point.
It's
supposed to be. No, it's supposed to be football knowledge. It's supposed to be that the midfielder is supposed to slide in his center,
which is be Fred,
and cover.
Which was Fred.
Which was Fred.
And both of them must be Fred and Wan Bissaka must be covering. Fred and Wan Bissaka.
Right.
So the thing is, right? If it is, I know my both centre backs up the field for a corner and there's a counter attack. What I have to do as a midfielder on the ball, or even when you say Wan Bissaka, is at least clear the ball to reset the game. And that is coaching, that is basic.
It is.
Right?
But Nico,
go ahead.
But remember, as we were talking before we started recording, that it had a lot of miscommunication based on the expectation from the midfielder in that whole scenario.
Yeah.
Because they were expecting that Fred would at least win the tackle and put the ball out of touch. That is why you saw Yeah, everybody
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because that's why Wan Bissaka hole, and that's why
Lindelof hole as well too.
Lindelof hole as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that piece of Fred, that come down to Fred. Fred just messed up that
Nico, I don't care what you tell me. You cannot quote Fred. I cannot quote Fred. Nobody can quote Fred.
But here's the thing, though. If and just like what Reem just said, if you think about it, though, them as professional footballers, it ain't good enough that them stop either. Them supposed to not be studying. Hey, Fred going
They're
on
supposed
that
to know
man.
Fred gonna make a mistake.
They're supposed to be trying to get back, you know.
They're supposed to know Fred gonna make a mistake because this whole game, Fred was getting brushed off the ball. Whole game, right? So the man's supposed to say, you know, you're like you're sweating with some men and you know, well, but I have to cover for you. I have to cover for you. That is how man had to be with Fred.
You know, sometimes you just wish it had certain players in certain positions at certain times. You see, if that same play did happen with Eric Bailly,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
All
yeah,
know
yeah.
the Mary Grace still in the stands.
yeah. We might have been arguing why Eric Bailly so rush and dote. So God, you had to get a red card, but we might have win the game now, you know?
Yeah,
but listen,
even Phil Jones Jones was taking Phil Jones was taking a card.
You had to take a but that's football. Any coach, you have been taught there's certain times you just have to take one for the team.
Take one for the team and I go pull you off after to protect you.
Reem, I want to ask Reem a question because Reem says he wants to pull some positives out of this game, right? Other than Tony Martial scoring, what other positives did you see from this game?
I had liked the movement of the three players behind Cavani. I thought that there was nice chemistry, you know.
Yeah.
And they played. This is the first time that front four played together, right? And one thing that people didn't notice, Cavani didn't really have a good game. But what Cavani kept doing is he kept occupying the defenders.
Yeah.
Right?
His movement.
His movement. So they always had him to think about, and they know Cavani could always just pop up and score. Case on point, the header, that's the opportunity that he had. Coming for the ball, receiving the ball, Cavani, he was a little sloppy. He mispassed the ball. But I still thought the connection between the three, I actually saw something planned with how they were playing, because they were drawing Everton to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
And then they were switching it to the left to give Tony space for the one-on-one. Or the 1v1. But however, the Townsend was always dropping. So every time Tony got the ball, Marcel got the ball, he always had to deal with two players. He tried to go at them once, but then he realized that he couldn't go through, and he tried to do the 1-2s and whatever. But I thought that we were carving open the defense. It was just the final ball and that final opportunity at goal that we didn't see much of. But I saw a lot that I liked with how that front four gelled, that I haven't seen much of before.
Now, ask yourself this question, Reem. How often will you see that for Manchester United going forward this season?
Not often. Not the track record doesn't support that it'll happen much more.
Yeah.
I tell you, what my eyes saw today again, and I'm going back to it, was Fred. You know, and I saw it in the first half. In the first half, every time Fred and somebody was going for a ball, the other person was winning the ball. Every single time.
And Fred gave up most possession in the first half as well.
Every single time. You know, and to me, that was, to me, he should have gotten benched first half. I know let's say so good, right? But I can remember for the Copa America final, right? Fred got sub maybe halftime.
I know. Yep.
Fred in all fairness, though, he was playing good in the Copa. Eh? Fred had a good Copa.
No, but understand what I'm saying? The coach, I see something.
Anybody can have a good. Anybody can have a good game versus
Peru, Venezuela. What I want to do. Right?
There are always signs of Fred self-destruction, and that Brazilian coach spotted quick.
Exactly. So how it is, Oli couldn't see that, right? Oli coaching him day in, day out. We saw he losing the ball every time in the first half. Fred, you are not having a good game as a midfielder. Your hustle is not enough. You have to possess the ball and pass the ball properly. You're not doing that. Right?
You know one thing that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to say, and this is with regards to Donny van de Beek, right? One thing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to say over the last probably 3 to 4 months with regards to Donny van de Beek, and I was falling for it, right? Is that, you know, Ole Gunnar used to say, you know, I used to be a substitute, and I had to be
nonsense.
And wait. He said that, you know, Donny van de Beek will have to learn to be patient and yada yada yada, right? And I used to believe that, right? And I was like, wait. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you were a substitute to Dwight York and the Cole Diego Forlan.
That's right.
And up and coming Cristiano Ronaldo. Donny van der Beek is a
Wayne Rooney.
substitute to Wayne Rooney. Donny van der Beek is a substitute to Scott and Fred. Scott and Fred are
Thank
not
you.
the same quality of the players.
Thank you.
And I was like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you cannot fool me again.
There's something called know your role. Ole had to know his role.
Correct.
It was not matter he was getting benched. Let me tell you something. There's no footballer, whether it be amateur, professional, who likes the bench. Nobody likes the bench. But there are certain times there's no, hear what? The men in front of me really better than me.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer experience.
And my role is to come off the bench and do it. But you cannot expect a 21-year-old who come from a system of playing all the time for club and country to accept that. That is nonsense.
Especially
when you
the players in front time. Yeah.
Especially when you're not giving him an opportunity. You're not giving him enough playing time.
I want to hear what Reem got say.
No, you make a good point, because would you believe, Phil? I tweeted that when I saw the comments Oli made on that whole Van der Beek thing, right? So yeah, it's true that Oli can't fool us with that kind of rubbish.
Can't fool me, no.
But something Nico said, and I wanted to make reference to the Brighton game that I watched today. One of the reasons why we just have problems bringing the ball and transitioning quickly, moving up the pitch, is because McTominay and Fred, they are not the kind of creative players. They're there for me for brawn and energy, right? When
protect the back four, they're just to protect the back for nothing else.
Exactly. When you look
that
at
is what to protect the back for.
Right.
Yeah.
When you look at the likes of Real Madrid, you see in your midfield have a man like Luka Modric who could turn water into wine from midfield.
Yeah.
You understand?
Casemiro.
Like Tony.
Casemiro just come short for the ball and get up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of our biggest problems in terms of transition and actually creating openings, they stem from central midfield, because when McTominay had the ball, he don't have the ability on the ball to make those kind of passes.
You know, you just see Matic coming short for it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Matic had that quality.
Yeah.
Matic just come short for it and spread the ball.
Yeah, but even higher up the pitch.
Every time it's McFred, you just notice is the centre backs that's be bringing the ball forward. So when they're doing that now, it closing up the space on the field. So it have no spacing at all.
And then the time it's taken for the centre back to bring the ball.
I don't care what you guys tell me. If I'm Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I am running Nemanja Matic into the ground. You gotta start every single game for me going forward.
Phil,
and after each game, I gonna rub you down with this here. I gonna rub you down with this here. Nemanja Matic. You start.
You say doing that till January. Who you gonna like? You have somebody to buy in January, or?
I say in January because like January is the opening of the transfer window, right? And it's possible we could still get a defensive midfielder in the transfer window.
In January?
Nah, but all you know we lacking now, yeah. All I do feel like all you don't know we lacking in that engine room, eh? And it's possible he might get somebody,
but
because he know we need somebody.
Stevie Wonder could see we lacking in there.
Yeah, so yeah, like, if we get somebody in January, we sure to get somebody in August. I guess we gotta suffer. We gotta suffer as fast.
I wanna read this comment here from Dwayne. Right? He's
saying, that's a good one. What Dwayne said there.
Yeah. He's saying y'all weighing in on the fact that Townsend, who is very left-footed, score on his right foot and did the Ronaldo celebration, the disrespect.
Yep.
You know, that shows the fear factor isn't there anymore for years now.
We just give it away.
I heard Townsend said that.
You know Townsend actually have a pretty decent record against us, right?
Who?
He does good bust me back, you know.
Yeah.
I heard
you were saying
Towns-
something, Phil.
I heard Townsend said that he did Ronaldo sue because he has respect for Ronaldo.
That is disrespect. How you could
That's
score against
disrespect.
Ronaldo and do it? Score against somebody else
And,
and do
and
it now,
at Old
man.
Trafford.
Yeah, but
Come
At
on.
Old Trafford.
You're
Behave
chicken.
yourself for that. That's all right. Them fellas and them know they'll never be at them levels. So that's what the most they could do.
Christian saying we could try
Whole
3-4-3.
whole Tottenham, nobody.
A 3-4-3.
Yeah, 3-4-3. I think that's the system Chelsea display. I think Nico, you had mentioned that sometime before.
Yeah, but Chelsea have these players that are disciplined to do
Correct.
it. Do we have the players?
That's it. That's it.
And
When
the proper-
we are struggling with injury, because we have Dallo and Tellers, you know, we could actually play with the three centre backs with Shaw, Maguire injured. So you know we could play with Lindelof, my brain going tired.
In the law of Maguire and Varane.
No, Varane and Bailly.
Yeah.
I prefer Bailly as well too. So
Yeah.
Thanks, Rachel Briggs, for joining.
I actually want to see Eric play with Varane.
Rachel Briggs.
Lindelof didn't do bad.
No,
Guys-
Lindelof didn't do bad.
We have somebody joining from the YouTube side with a comment here. Rachel Briggs, thanks for that. She's have some footballers. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if she's saying this how much goals Marcel will score again before January.
boy.
Woo, like a private message for she to do that.
Richard say, Reem, cousin Marcel, boy, watch me, I'm milking this all year.
Twice of the year. Enjoy.
I'm taking it. Jody saying, I find
Wait.
my number one.
Didn't he get injured today?
Yeah, boy, that's why you get pulled off.
No, I tell you.
Well, all right. So we'll see you till Christmas.
I tell you, you gotta go in January.
Jody said, I find my number one keeper should come out and close down. But I don't think a careful be here for that. I can't hold it here for that.
Nah.
That man have a whole goal to score in. A whole goal.
Listen, no. You forget it wasn't one. It was actually 2-on-1. He couldn't come out.
But you
Only
know,
wicked hour.
so here is now. I know we had touched on the first goal that we conceded, right? But it's our next glaring culprit that I want to bring to the fore here.
Oh Lord.
Luke Shaw. Now, when we were talking about how what Fred, Fred's what they call it, his crimes, Fred committed. But that's no
Misdemeanor Fred. The misdemeanor Fred.
Yeah, the misdemeanor Fred, right? And they go try him in the court and he might get hanged, right? But let we also take note of Luke Shaw. Now, I expecting that these fellas are intelligent footballers, right? You look across, you see an Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you see Lindelof shepherding the man in a particular direction.
Yeah.
You leave the only free man, Townsend. You give that man the license to disrespect Cristiano Ronaldo in Old Trafford. You leave, and somebody was saying, if you're going, you need to take out the man. You can't go and then hold back and then change your mind.
Nope. You had to go.
You had to go through, and Shaw
You had to go.
left his marker.
Yeah.
Go across. Lindelof now say, well, all right, well, this man gonna take out the man, so Lindelof now drop back for sure to change his mind,
Yeah.
right? To make Varane, when Varane see that Varane had to try to accelerate to try to catch up with Townsend, and it was criminal.
Boy,
By that time it was too late.
It was too late. The next thing, right? I just want to touch on one more.
Yeah.
Right when Everton had a free kick, and that's when Davies get the opportunity where he played to Mina, and Mina was offside. That was Shaw mark, right?
It was true. And I'll tell you this, sir. And we need to understand.
Did he shoot?
The thing with Luke Shaw,
he didn't shoot.
Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka positional play, real talk, is bad. For defenders, you know what is the saving grace? The speed.
Yeah.
But their positional players as wing backs, it doesn't be good at all. That is why if you notice, there's a lot of ball. We often get caught by a one pass straight through our defense because of how bad. Because our centre backs now does be playing for offside, but not when the wing backs and them playing on the attacker.
Only
Boy,
time.
Rafael Varane better sign up for Duolingo and learn how to speak English. He got to He needs to communicate with the right back, the left back, Harry Maguire, Lindelof.
No, but he know
because
English.
There's no communication in this back four. None.
He very good at English.
Nah, the man English good.
Yeah, very good.
Dwayne saying here, Varane, Maguire, One and Shaw ain't need no protecting whatsoever with two center defensive midfielders. Fred and Scott, they do crap there and leave the mid open.
Exactly.
It has four back, the back four very shaky because Wan-Bissaka and Shaw usually very high up the field. Yeah, and he's also saying here that it's not the first time Shaw do that and Maguire had to clean up for him in the pass.
Yep, that's true.
Jody saying, boy, is how Ronaldo. Yeah, boy. Let's see how upset Ronaldo was after that goal score.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Every game we have to concede. I mean, talk listen. Every game
you could see it like it already getting to Ronaldo.
Correct, because this today is the first day I see Ronaldo storm off the pitch after the game.
He was mad.
Yeah.
Because how the goal happened, rubbish, and I as much as you could blame Shaw and whoever else.
It's Fred.
It's Fred. I can't blame nobody else other than Fred.
But Fred had two. No.
I can't blame Bruno for the corner. I can't blame Shaw. I can't blame Lindelof for slowing down.
Can't blame De Gea.
Varane for not getting back fast enough.
Come on, man.
Not making the goals.
Right.
100%.
Fred back must be hurting him.
But yes, the man gets right after.
Fred does get the whole of Manchester United blame, you know.
No, but what's saying, right?
Ronaldo maybe hit a jump kick in the dressing room. I tell you.
No, but what's saying, right? What's saying? That atrocity that Fred commits, right? The crime, right? That happened so high up the pitch. It had so much more space and players behind that could have been rectified.
Well, it should have get to that, Reem. It should have get to that.
It shouldn't, but it has happened. And I'm saying that Shaw could have been the one to save us, at the end of the team game.
You ever get a brain freeze?
Yeah.
Like you done seeing something that happen, so your brain done play it out already, and then that didn't happen, and then you have to respond. And that's what happened. Because you just be caught and you start be catching yourself, Because if you're saying, all right, you're going to miss, you're not going to catch it, then all right, you know what you have to do. But when you say, all right, you have it under control, and then you mess it up like that, then I can't blame nobody else.
A GoFundMe for Fred. This person
Fred is a millionaire a few times over,
But what we should do is we should put Fred at the front of Old Trafford with a sign that says, buy me. And leave him there. Leave him there. Buy me. I am for free.
After Fred leaves Manchester, he's going back to Brazil. Like, I know top team won't buy Fred.
No top team won't.
I go on Google right now to see how long Fred contract is.
He have a year again.
He got a year left? So you trying to tell me that the year Cristiano Ronaldo leaves, Fred leaves as well too? But this is so unjust, boy. This is
Ronaldo wouldn't leave after 2 years.
I be Ronaldo only walk.
Chef, if Ronaldo does not win anything in those 2 years, you think he's gonna leave? You think he's gonna stay?
But I said this,
coach the team.
When I saw we bought Ronaldo, I also said Ronaldo could be the nail in Ole coffin.
I telling you.
It's true.
Real talk. Because and Ole had to know the pressure on him,
Of course.
You have no excuse.
And it's not only Ole, you have Varane, you have Pogba, you have
Sancho, you have Bruno. Then you have players.
You have Bruno. You have Rashford.
So Ole hear this, right?
And you have
I'm glad we're talking. Thanks, Nico. Thanks, right? Thanks, As we talking about, you know, the expectation having Cristiano Ronaldo in the squad puts on Oli, right? Does does Oli feel the pressure of having to play Ronaldo every game? And I want to pose a scenario to you, right? Because Oli kept saying that Ronaldo is 36, he has to manage him. But there will always be this, that if you don't play Ronaldo and we lose or we draw, he'll get criticized for it. You know, so do you think that there is a pressure on Oli to always play Ronaldo, and is it fear?
But there are certain players that you should never be put under pressure to play. And Ronaldo's one of them. Ronaldo's one of the best. Ronaldo is the GOAT. How are you benching Ronaldo? Ronaldo's the GOAT. Ronaldo. Look at it this way, Kareem. Ronaldo is 30. Ronaldo is no normal 36-year-old football player.
Yeah.
He's like a Zlatan.
You saw that picture after he scored the winner against Villarreal. You see the body of that man?
Not an inch body fat.
How?
Reem, look at Ronaldo's body when he took off his shirt when he scored the winner against Villarreal. The guy should not be playing football. The guy should be an Avenger. The guy should be a Thundercat. That's what the guy should be. The guy has the body of a god.
I will say this.
That guy.
Ronaldo, and that is my player. Ronaldo does not have to play every single game.
FA Cup and Carabao Cup.
That being said, we in what, the second month of the season?
Yes.
We still in the first month actually. You know,
August is season start.
Right. There's no way in hell Ronaldo's supposed to be benching right now. Especially
in the league. Especially in the league. Especially where next week is international break. But let Ronaldo run. Were you telling me?
Reem, Ronaldo is coming to get golden boot. He can't get golden boot off the bench. Think about it that way.
Yeah. Think about you feel Pochettino could bench Messi as he fit now.
And he take off Messi the other day, and Messi
He take off Messi the other day.
But you see what not bench.
No, but still, you see what happened when he take him off? Messi shaking hands.
No, but when he took him off because Messi was having some knee problems,
No, but Messi was upset.
Well, at least I know the commentating presser.
Yeah. But this is the point I'm making, because when Poch took Messi off, PSG was drawing, right? They was not winning, right?
Yeah.
So, and I hear what you say. I hear that, but I just always say the Premiership. I know Ronaldo is a different kind of specimen, probably from Mars or something, right? I understand that, but my point is, I will always go back to the fact that the Premiership is different from La Liga and Serie A in terms of the physical aspect. So you remember, you want Ronaldo, as fit as he is, to last throughout the season. This is the first time since Ronaldo is in his later 30s that he's actually coming back to the Premiership. When Ronaldo left, he was in his 20s. So his body could have taken it more. Right?
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is this. Oli will have to factor that in, because you don't want to lose.
Better.
Yeah, you don't want to lose.
But still, I want
you
to
don't want to
lose.
Right? Yeah. Okay,
go ahead. When I finish.
Yeah. You don't want to lose Ronaldo at no point in the season, because you know he's a clutch player. We saw it against Villarreal. We saw it. The man could pop up with goals. So if I need to give Cavani minutes, I need to give my other attackers minutes, then I should be able to make changes without that pressure. You know, whether from the media, from the bosses, from the fans, to not have to play Ronaldo every time. If we lost, that people don't come down.
Chef.
Ronaldo. Go ahead.
I want one thing. Reem, you heard what Chef said. We're only into the second month of the season.
Yeah. I'm not talking about. No, but it's a general question.
Right.
It's a general
question. Right. So same thing, right?
No, he has to manage him. Let me be real.
Go through Nico.
He has to manage him. I'm not saying play Ronaldo every game, especially when we have a host of players. But it's too early for that, man.
Right. So if Varane and Maguire is fit for the entire season, right? should they be rotated?
Yes.
If Maguire and Varane is fit for the entire season, should they be rotated?
I don't want to see them in no
to manage
FA
the
Cup.
fitness.
Not in the league.
One thing Reem mentioned is that you gotta protect your players. And what Nico is saying, Nico is using your logic, Reem, because at the end of the day, Varane and Maguire are two of our best centre backs. Ronaldo.
I want two best.
And you're not going to rotate them. And I'm talking about the Premier League games and the Champions League game. You are not going to rotate them. And Ronaldo and the specimen of Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
He be about a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? He can manage himself in games. He's not the Ronaldo runner all over the pitch. He know how to manage his game. Then I don't think he need no.
Reem, let me ask this honest question. Have you seen Ronaldo's body?
Of course.
Have you seen Ronaldo's body? When I get that, I want a body like that. But all just aside though, Ronaldo over the last probably 5 to 7 years, he's had his own personal chef. He's had his own fitness coach as well too, right? Ronaldo doesn't rely on clubs to provide him a coach or provide him dinner. He has his own personal chef. The chef that he got from, I don't know if it's Real Madrid or Juventus, but it was more Real Madrid. He actually flies the chef around with him. So that same chef that was with him when he started Real Madrid is probably Manchester right now.
Why would I walk bad?
I know you want that, man. I know.
I hear a little loud and clear. But I still
he has to be managed. He has to be managed.
I still believe.
You have to be smart about it.
Correct.
I
just for the Premier League, not for the Premier League or the Champions League. Forget it. Rotate him anywhere else.
Let me ask you all a question. What going to happen when it comes to rotating keepers?
No rotating a keeper again.
Yeah, Carabao. Well, FA Cup. FA Cup. He go get
so
rotated.
So are you trying to tell me the only time Henderson seeing that pitch is FA Cup?
Yeah,
but you can't give me a reason to
change, because everybody thought coming into this season Henderson would have been the number one.
No, they had what he had to do. He had to do, and that is what people wanted. That is what people wanted, and that is what he did. And we respect him for that. And we bring him, we welcome him back in the full.
Yeah. So guys, we way over our time, right? So I guess we'll have one question for us to close with, right? Before we start to, land. Right? Let me just get these two comments here. Dwayne saying, Chef, if you get that walk, Naldo will live in Trinidad, I swear. Naldo will live in Trinidad. I swear.
But Dwayne, you know that.
Jody said, Chef, like you're going Maro or rotate what keeper. Go from here and say he want to hear.
I just asked you. I just want to hear what people, because I know it had the Henderson fans.
So guys, so this is the last question I have for you all. Now, as it stands right now, we're still in top 4, and there's a chances that after the games tomorrow, we will still be in top 4, right? So a lot of people going into panic, and that's why we've seen the Ollie out, and stuff like that. And for justifiable, reasons. But do you all see Ollie, and we're being real here, right? Do you all see Ollie turning this thing around? Or are we on the nosedive? Can Ollie turn this around?
I could be the one to say I want him to, right? My man said cheese on bread. That's a great saying.
Big up Chef Kevin, Chef Williams, thanks for joining, man.
Big him up, man.
Yeah,
cheese
man.
on bread. I can be real with you, Reem, because you and I were talking today, and you said that this could be the last time we see Fred in midfield. And I want to hold you to that, because if that happens, Reem, and he plays, let's say, Nemanja Matic and Scott, or Nemanja Matic and Donny van de Beek, right? I will applaud you, because I want that as well too, right? Will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have the balls to do that? Don't get me wrong, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the balls to bench Ronaldo today. So I don't see why why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't have the balls to say, you know what, Matt Fred, you guys aren't working anymore, right? I gotta try something different. I'm gonna run Nemanja Matic into the ground. Can he turn it around? I could use the comparison of Mikel Arteta before the international break. Arsenal were absolute garbage, and then all of a sudden, after the international break, Arsenal were good.
Today
But
they return to the norm.
they returned to the you know,
But Brighton is an okay team, eh?
Brighton is a well-drilled,
Very good.
Exactly.
well-managed team. Let me
It's
tell you
true.
something.
Exactly.
Brighton is trouble, eh?
Exactly.
It's true. But in terms of getting back to it, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can turn it around. He has no choice to, because the fixtures that we have coming up in October and November, he's
He
gonna
can lose you up.
he's gonna get put to the test.
Yeah.
Right? He has to look at himself. He has to look at the players and ask himself, what are these players' limits, what they're good at, and what they can improve on. Right? You know, he has to figure out what his best starting 11 is. And when he figures that out and they get him winning results, play them again. Play them again. Play them again. Right? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you have to realize that you're at the biggest job in the world, or one of the biggest jobs in the world. Right? You're at Manchester United Football Club, where we expect at least a trophy every single season, because that was the standard set by Sir Alex Chapman Ferguson, right? So at the end of the day, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you have no choice but to turn it around. Will you turn it around is a different question.
I would say he have the team to turn it around, but he has to change his way of thinking. Ole have to move like he is a winner. Ole had to show a little more aggression with his management. Listen, you have to recognize that them fellas is not your friend. Use the manager, and them you will faster get fired than them same players we are trying to be buddy with. So I would say my opinion is, and I hope I am wrong, that Ole is not good enough to take us to the next level. But that being said, he's there right now. And I hope I am wrong. And I hope that this fixtures that coming up against the top teams, that he does well. Because if he doesn't do well, we will end up in mid-table. And we will end up in mid-table before December. And I am telling you, if we're in mid-table by December, Ole needs to lose his work.
Gone.
Right.
He needs
So Nico, as factor this into your response as well, and as Chef mentioned it. If you leave it up to the fans, Oli lost his work yesterday, right? We give him a pink slip. But the board we have, where do Man United have to reach for them to sack Oli? Go ahead.
If we starting on that first, I think Oli is doing exactly what they want, you know. So because of that, I think Oli safe until the end of the season, you know. Because the interest in Manchester United is maybe highest than it ever was, or post Alex. I think the interest in Manchester United, the viewership, you know, in terms of shirt sales, in terms of people buying into the channels, you know, it's off the roof at the moment, you know. And I think part of this is down to Oli, you know, because he's a nice guy and people like him a bit, you know. And to be honest,
that's down to Ole, or that's down to Ronaldo.
No, because even before Ronaldo come back, right, and even when the season started, bringing in even Varane, bringing in even Sancho, there was a hype. There was a hype in the team, there was a hype in the club worldwide. You know, and that's that unveiling of Varane was big, you know, and that's when Ronaldo ended up chomping that. So the interest in Manchester United at its peak, maybe for the last 8 or 9 or even 10 years, you know, and I think Oli is a big part of that. However, I haven't seen enough, you know, to think that he could really turn it around, because we spoke about it in Champions League last season, and I would have said the only reason we were out of the group stage is because we had the worst coach of the teams in the group stage, right?
Yeah.
And I would have saw it again today. I heard Olion touch. I don't know if you all heard it. Olion touch, and his tactic to Sancho was stay wide and take him on. I don't know if anybody else heard that, right? But I was, yes, and Oli was on the sideline, and his tactic was Sancho, Jadon, stay wide and take him on. Stay wide and take him on. And to me, that is not a tactic. Yes, maybe Jadon could do it because he saw Jadon after that. Jadon was successful with 1 or 2 dribbles. But to me, that is individual again. That is individual again.
But Nico, that doesn't make sense. That's asking right. Roy Keane to tackle.
Right? Jadon, stay wide and take him on. Jadon, stay wide and take him on. And that was the coaching tactic from the sideline. Are we going to be world beaters with that type of tactic or that type of coaching on the sideline? Would you ever hear Pep Guardiola saying, Sterling, stay wide and take him on? That is craziness. And to me, just because of that, as much as I wish he could, I'm not seeing the ingredients to be able to really turn it around.
Yeah. The strange thing about it, and we've seen it happen so much times in the past, is every time Oli reached the juncture where we're ready to hit the fixtures that's ahead of him are the fixtures that will see him lose his job. Me know what kind of juju this man does deal up with, but he does just win those games, and everybody will be singing the praises of Oli. So we can't sleep on that, and that's just how he's been managing since he's taken over. That in the streaks, he'll have a good streak, and then the team will be bad, and then everybody will be talking about the axe, and then he'll get a next good streak, a 10-game run without losing, But what we're seeing now is that the quality of players may not allow for mere wins. We want to see dominating football. We want to see.
I can put this on record right now, right?
Yeah.
Anybody in the comments who tunes into the United Hour, not only that for all United for the next 10 sessions, right? And we win 10 games in a row, I will send somebody $1,000 Canadian dollars. Put me on record saying that Reem, Chef, Nico, if Manchester United Football Club wins 10 games in a row in the Premier League, I will send somebody $1,000. Mark my words.
Here this film. Me.
That's a safe $1,000.
As saying unbeaten, 10 unbeaten games. Give them money.
You had to lose it. You had nothing to lose.
I want 10 W's. www.www. I want 10 W's.
All right.
I will pick somebody random from the comments and I will send them $1,000 if we win 10 games in a row.
Doing saying Phil, it ain't gonna happen at all.
No, but I trying to be positive. I saying it one more time. Manchester United Football Club. If we win 10 games in a row, on that 10th game, I will pick somebody from the comments and I will send them $1,000. This is no joke. I'm serious. If we get to the 10th game and that 10th game is a W and all the other games are W's, you guys can pick somebody from the comments and I will send them. I don't care if it's Vimo, Cash App, PayPal. I will send them $1,000.
Let me get in them comments,
Phil, all you have a kind of strong kind of juju there, boy.
$1,000 Canadian dollars. You guys can convert it into TT dollars, but $1,000 Canadian dollars. I will send it to somebody if Manchester United Football Club wins 10 games in a row in the Premier League. 10 games.
All right. We clip him up.
But that,
we have
yeah,
him.
but that happening.
Clip it.
That happening. That not happening.
Well, let's see.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Because I mean, if they win 10 games, that would be good for the team.
Exactly.
Good reviews here.
Yeah.
So Jody saying I said it first, eh? So he say, look, I hear we winning 10 games in a row. He call it juju. So guys, we going into an international break, and sometimes it is the most sickening and frustrating thing to go into an international break after a performance like this and a result like this, because within the human or humanity and the emotions, we just want a quick turn around so we could see something that will make us feel positive for not seeing Man United play for 2 weeks, But we had to hold this D and the performance and let it ride for the next 2 weeks until we come back against Leicester. Right? At least I have Marcel Ball to hold on to. I can watch that on repeat. But that's where we at right now, and we're hoping that's not so much for Phil to lose his money, but we're hoping for a 10-game unbeaten.
But this would be the best 1,000 Canadian dollars I would spend or send or transfer.
Yeah.
Click me. I don't care.
Yeah. David Curtin saying Phil trying to sponsor my post-pandemic trip to Canada.
David, I can tell you one thing straight. Post and pandemic don't go in the same sentence. This pandemic is forever.
For real.
I'm sorry.
So true.
For real. Kevin saying, what's sad is that on the prediction app this season, I always put us winning, but I always give one goal against us. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Unfortunate, boy.
Jesus Akshaw saying, Big Phil, we are going in the wrong direction, not happening. You all realize that 70% possession, both sides, had same amount of shots on goal. We need better than that. So yeah, definitely. Jody saying, when I win Phil money, 200 will go to the winner of the.
Yeah. I trying to bring up the next fixtures for us.
I think we have Leicester, Liverpool,
Tottenham, City.
Right.
Chelsea,
So October 16th is when the international break ends, because we have Leicester, right?
Yeah.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Right. So Leicester's the first game.
Then Atalanta.
I said Premier League.
Okay.
All right.
I said Premier League. We win 10 games from Leicester to whenever is the 10th team or whenever the 10th fixture. We win 10 games in a row in the Premier League. I picking somebody from the comments and I'm gonna send them 1,000 Canadian dollars. I'm serious.
That's only playing Brentford. Right on the 14th of December, so they have a nice Christmas. All they better hope all they in. We
need to clip Phil and let's keep that running in All in All United. Let's repost it.
Yeah.
We need to do
that. We will do that.
Right.
So guys, that brings us to the end of another review. Thanks Chef, thanks Phil, Nico and myself as usual.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for joining, guys. So
Great show.
Yeah, so we'll be here on the 16th. It is.
The 16th is our first fixture back from the international break versus Leicester.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be here.
Is that away or home?
That is.
That is away. Actually away.
Away. Yeah. Away.
Listen, that's a good thing. We just play better away.
But is it a W though, Chef?
You can't tell it. You never know.
But Leicester not in the best of form right now. Eh?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
it
some
might be
reason,
neither are us, Reed.
Neither.
We just make teams gain form, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
True that. True that.
And Vardy loves us.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, guys, so it was nice. Everybody, thanks for the interactions, the comments, the likes, the shares. We appreciate it. Don't forget, we're on YouTube as well, so you can subscribe on that platform. We really want to get the content as far as it could reach, and get more Man United fans on board here. So thanks again, guys. And I'll leave the last word to Kevin. He's saying, glory, glory, Man United today, tomorrow,
cheese on
and
bread.
forever. Cheese on bread. So have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, man. Good night.
Lessons, everyone. Stay.